Good morning, everyone. This is your boy Got Him Really Good. Today I actually wanted to share with you a little story about what happened last night. It was actually a really creepy experience for me, and I'm going to try and explain this as best as I can because it's freaking creepy as hell. If you were in my position, you would definitely understand where I was coming from. So anyways, before I get this video started, shout out to Valiance Racing for hooking me up with the Valiance Racing gear. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, which is right here. And also, check out their website, www.valianceracing.com, for authentic car parts. Actually, this happened last night. I came home and I was sitting at home and I was doing absolutely nothing. I was just relaxing. And my dad came up to me and said, "Hey, Ed, somebody just popped a squat next to your car. They just laid down next to your car." I was like, "What? Like, that doesn't make any sense." I was like, "Are you sure it's a person?" He's like, "Yeah." And I went over, and sure enough, when I looked outside, it was actually the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was like a white body bag was sitting on the ground. But I really wasn't moved by it. So what I did was, on my little key thing, I keep a little blade, you know, for my protection. So I popped out that blade, and I went out to go see what this thing was, and my dad came out with me. He told me, ask if the person's okay. But obviously, my dad doesn't speak English that well, so he told me this in Portuguese, and I said, okay. So I asked the person, I said, "Hey, excuse me, are you okay?" And there was no answer, so my dad told me in Portuguese, he said, "Listen, make sure you tell them that if they don't move, we're gonna have to call the police." This person suddenly woke up or something and spoke in fluent Portuguese. I mean, like, as fluent as Portuguese can get in terms of Brazilian Portuguese. It said, "There's no need for police. There's no need for police. It's fine." In Portuguese. My dad and I first looked at each other and we were just like, wait, what? You know, like, if you were in that position, like, what would you do at that point? Because me and my dad, we both froze. Then she just nonchalantly stood up, walked up a few feet, and then laid back down. Tell me if that's not creepy. So my dad continued to speak to this woman. Us as Brazilians, our culture, we don't just let people on the street like that. Like, us Brazilians, we consider each other family, regardless if we know you or not. So she said she was fine. You know, it was quote her mission to be there. It was quote her mission to keep doing what she was doing. And oh, look, a Civic SI.
Bruh.
And it just didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make sense to any of us. So we kind of just left her alone, but she was way too close to my car. I mean, she was like way too close. Way too freaking close. At the end of the night, I was just sitting there just kind of watching what she was doing. And like I said, it was like a rinse and repeat. Oh yeah, Civic SI. It was kind of a rinse and repeat kind of thing. You know what I mean? She stood up, walked a few feet, and then laid back down. Stood up, walked a few feet, laid back down. It was the creepiest thing I've ever seen. I just kind of said, she'll be gone in the morning. This very morning, my dad called me at 7 o'clock and said, "Ed, wake up." And I was like, "What?" And he said, "The lady's still there. Make sure that she's okay and tell her that you're gonna go get her some breakfast." Lo and behold, me, you know, being half awake, being in complete zombie mode, right? I get up out the bed, I get dressed and stuff, and right as I walk out the door, the door slams shut behind me. So after the door slammed shut behind me, I realized I left the house without my keys. So I locked myself out the house.
The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
So I called my dad, and my dad said, "Okay, I'm on my way back." And then we got her breakfast. And when we went over there and talked to her again, we said, "Listen, we got you some breakfast. Take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah." My dad actually felt really bad for her, and I did too, to be honest. But like, I'm telling you, she was covered head to toe. Tell me that's not creepy. And on top of that, she spoke my native tongue. I would understand if it was Spanish, but this is Portuguese. This is a very uncommon language in Northern Virginia. It was just the scariest ordeal and creepiest ordeal I've been through. And I hope I don't have to go through that again. I just wanted to share that with y'all because it was creepy. It was actually really, really creepy. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is your boy God Liga. I'm out. Peace.